Sagittarius, what's up? We are using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck, if anybody wants to know. The first card that we're starting off with is Three of Wands, which actually reminds me of Sagittarius. It's not technically Sagittarius, but it reminds me of that. Three of Wands is about the ground that you've covered. You can be taking a look at things and be like, wow, look at how far I've come. So it can be a time when you're remarking on the progress that you've made. Given that, you can also be at a point where you're like, okay, what's next? Where am I going next? If I've like kind of done this and I've gotten here, maybe even you feel like you've crossed a little bit of a finish line or like a mini finish line, something like that. You can be thinking about like what you're gonna do, but you can also be taking everything in right now too. There can be stuff about your future that you're thinking about. There can be stuff about your more long-term plans that you are considering. It can be something, I feel kind of like this is something that's being thought about right now. This feels kind of just like I want to bring it to the front of my mind and consider these things. I don't need to do anything immediately, but I just want to think about this. Some of you can be thinking about traveling too. I'm seeing the star coming out. It's connected with Aquarius. Some of you, this progress that you've made, it can have to do with your relationships and it can have to do with your mental health as well. That can be part of this too. The way that you're taking care of things. Yeah, relationships, internal stuff. You can be thinking about things having to do with your relationships too. Yeah, you know, the way that Three of Wands and King of Cups looks like to me is thinking about like the ways that you've developed, and this can be through different circumstances. Like, look at how I've changed, or look at how I've evolved, or even like look at how I've healed compared to the way that I was doing things before when stuff was going on emotionally versus now when something gets brought up for me emotionally, the way that I handle that. So yeah, this can be a big like internal recognition of look how advanced I've become psychologically speaking. Maybe some of you, you've also like distanced yourself a little bit from certain things. This can even be like how involved you allow yourself to get to. Okay, I'm seeing somebody that's coming through. I'm seeing a Knight of Swords, and that's clarified by Eight of Wands. So this is a lot of like news, information, text message, call, something like that. Some of you, this is an Aquarius. Could also be a Libra. Could also be an Earth sign. Seeing Taurus here. We also have Scorpio. Yeah, this looks like somebody's reaching out, but I feel like you're maybe away when this happens, or when I say away, maybe like physically you're at a distance, maybe emotionally you're kind of at a distance. Whatever it is that's going on, I feel like you may... It's not that you're inaccessible, but there can be something going on where you're not like immediately close to this. I see something having to kind of travel to get to you. So this can be like a message has to travel to get to you. This person has to like reach out over some type of space in order to like get to you, connect with you. I see this as somebody that it looks like you would have more of a friendly relationship with this person, meaning I don't see anything weird necessarily. Like this is somebody that you can be on like regularly good terms with. You can be getting invited somewhere. For some of you, you're getting invited. It has to do with a work thing. I'm hearing collegiate as well. Okay, so you're definitely coming out here as the King of Cups. What this means is that you can be in a space where how you're taking care of yourself can be important to you, and maybe you also feel like you're in some good space right now. That's how Three of Wands and King of Cups is feeling to me. Like there can be a big focus on your wellness right now. There can be a focus on your routines. There can be a focus on stability. There can be a focus on grounding. There can be a focus on doing things that allow you to feel peaceful. Like it's feeling kind of like chamomile, lavender, like this sort of thing. Bubble bath energy. I see like a calmness, but having Three of Wands, this is something that you've worked towards this, which can mean that maybe there was a lot of disruptive stuff that was going on before and you put in the work and now you can be seeing like I'm feeling more centered about the way that things are. So that's the place that you're in. That's the setting for you. Now I'm seeing somebody come through. I'm seeing the Star and the Three of Cups be connected with it. Some of you, this can be somebody that wants to hang out with you. Some of you, this can be somebody like wanting to have some like work thing with you. I'm looking at Justice and I'm looking at Six of Pentacles, and this looks overall like it would be something that would work for you, but obviously it's still going to be a choice. I am seeing 10 of Wands on the bottom of the deck though, and so I'm wondering if even though this is a good opportunity, there can be a part of you that feels like maybe you're carrying a lot right now, and I don't know if this would easily be integrated into what you're doing. You can be like, I'm really focused on my wellness right now, and taking this on may throw off that balance a little bit, and I have to check in with myself and see if this would really feel right for me to do. I think that this is also so you can show up in the way that you want to, and that's why you've been doing this too. Because maybe before something was going on and you were like, I don't really feel like I'm showing up to the best of my ability. So maybe there was just some, I get this having to do with like personal stuff that can be like your spirituality. It can be self-reflection, stuff that you're assessing for yourself, your wellness, your emotional health, your physical health, these sorts of things that don't really have to do necessarily with anyone else. This is kind of like you can do this work in a more isolated way. And it's about the way that you're moving through life, kind of how you're taking things on, how you're handling things, what your perspective is. Overall, like, are you in a place of fluidity with things? Were you maybe in a place of resistance before? This can also bring up, maybe you've been working through stuff having to do with your interpersonal relationships. That can be something as well. So all of this stuff has been going on for you. This means you can be getting back in touch with like your creativity and whatnot too. So all of that stuff is going on. You have this person coming through, wanting to connect with you, planning for something up ahead. Having King of Pentacles and having Ace of Cups here, this could be a role that you step into where you could be doing something that you would like to be doing. So it can be like a role that's being offered to you to play, something for you to take part in. It seems like there's an important standard that you've realized, and you can be looking at this and seeing if this can hold up to that. Having Three of Wands and having Three of Cups and having Justice can indicate that this you can be getting invited to something, but it cannot be happening until later. You can be being invited to something, you can be being hired for something that you're getting the information now, but it's not going to be happening until later. Like, we have both Three of Wands and we have the Star. Both of these cards can be connected with the future. I'm seeing this be connected with Three of Cups, having Justice here, having Six of Pentacles. This can speak about a contract, especially because we have King of Pentacles here too. So it can be like, do you want this job? It can be a job offer, something of that nature. It doesn't have to be that, but it kind of is giving that a little bit to me. Although King of Pentacles doesn't only have to do about job stuff. King of Pentacles can also be like, I don't know, maybe somebody wants you to, maybe if you would hang out with this person, there would be maybe a role that you would step into with them. But for some of you, that I do see that this has the potential to be like connected financially for you. But I'm not seeing you rush into this, because it feels kind of like, I see you almost being on a trip away. Even if you're not physically away, you can have been away in some way, taking care of things and like making sure that your life is on track. Whatever this is, I feel it'd be like your personal business that you've been up to. And so this thing comes through, and it wouldn't be for now, it would be for later. Again, you're getting the information now about this, but I'm just wondering like how you'd feel about it. It looks like a good opportunity, but it feels like the message is about asking yourself if like you're ready to be taking something like this on. It's not because it's not a good opportunity. I am seeing something that looks like a good opportunity. It looks like it's balanced. It looks like it would be something that you wouldn't have an issue with. Like, you look at it and you feel like it is what it needs to be. There can just be a question of maybe kind of where you are and if you're settled, if you feel ready for this to take something on. Because there can be a commitment involved having King of Pentacles be there. And that can mean that you're going to have to sign on to be showing up. And then that's going to be a responsibility. And having 10 of Wands, I don't know if you want that right now. So you can just ask yourself if you're ready to handle something like that. I think there's still stuff about what you want moving forward that you can be figuring out. This looks like it has to do more with your long-term plans, that you can still be like, I'm not totally clear on that yet. Seeing something like seizing the day is going to be helpful. If you've been thinking about this for too long, maybe you're just going to start getting things moving and then see where that takes you. You may find it to be helpful if you've been sitting too long with this. Yeah, I'm seeing stuff about inner stability, but I'm also seeing something about being in a spot where you could feel a little bit stuck. Like, I wonder if you have to branch out, or I wonder if you have to open up. And you may have been not doing that, but it looks like you kind of need to. Hold on, let me just tune into this for a second. I think that you're like trying to figure stuff out and you need to move and figure things out while you're moving, because it looks like if you're being still and you're trying to work through it, I feel like you're like not going anywhere. There's something about that. You could have been like, I'm going to sit here until I figure it out, but you may be realizing that you're sitting there and you're not really getting anywhere. Like nothing is becoming more clear. So you may decide to just like move on something and then take it from there and see how you feel. Because something isn't getting more clear just sitting there. So like there has to be a movement, and I think even if it's just like a step or two, that may give you the information that you need for like other things to be clarified that seem like they're not being clarified as you're just like really still. I mean, is this a time when you're caught between things and you're like, I really don't know, should it be this or should it be that? But I get almost like even just sitting there trying to like be with this, it's like that answer may not become more clear to you. You can be like, I don't know if I'm gonna go or not. Maybe there's also something coming up about the company that you keep too, like who you're gonna be around. Yeah, the way that this is seeming like to me is that this thing that's presenting itself to you, you may need to engage with it further to get more information, because based off of the information that you have now, it may not be enough for you to have like clarity surrounding that. And so it looks like you need to engage a little bit more. Like you need to give a little to get a little. It doesn't need to be a whole lot. It just feels like you need just a little bit more, and that may clarify what you need clarified for you, but you're gonna have to go into this a little bit more. Because it seems like if you don't do that, something is not going to be clarified and then you're not going to know. Okay. Yeah. We are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting and tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.